Governing the economic hub of Nigeria is a daunting task that is meant only for the brightest minds. Lagos State is one of the states that has witnessed growth over the past years, and its level of continuity is one that other states wish to emulate. However, some people are of the opinion that the state is being controlled by a political godfather who dictates who emerges governor or not in the state. Since the current Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, took over the helm of affairs from the immediate past governor, Akinwunmi Ambode, many have been asking a few questions for some time now about what the past governor is up to and the long, deafening silence since he left office. Chairman of the Akinwunmi Ambode Campaign Group, AMCO, Olawale Oluwo, has explained that Ambode has been working silently to put structures in place that will displace the leadership of Sanwo-Olu in Lagos State in 2023. This is coming about a week after the Governor's Advisory Council, GAC, reportedly endorsed Sanwo-Olu for the second term in office. While joining us this morning on the show, as we discuss what the former governor has been up to and if he intends to vie for any political position in the state or otherwise, is Olawale Oluwo, Chairman, Akinwunmi Ambode Campaign Group, AMCO. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Well, Honorable Oluwo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Many persons in Lagos and observers of the political space, well, they say, why AMCO now? I know AMCO is an old organization, the Akinwunmi Ambode Campaign Organization, founded as far back as 2014. But the allegation is that the former governor of Lagos State himself has been very quiet. And now, ahead of the 2023 general elections, AMCO has become very busy in the last 1 week. Is former Governor Ambode, is he on a revenge mission? And is he going to run? If he's not going to run, is this about revenge?
Thank you very much, Mr. Abati. There is no revenge mission. What we are doing is to follow the process of democracy. We see what is happening in Lagos. We know what we were doing in Lagos as an administration. And another administration has taken over. We've seen what they've done today. And we're also on the streets. We've been getting information, we've been getting data. And it's clear to us that the people of Lagos are not pleased with the performance of this administration. So it's a clarion call and a signal to us. We've been working all the while since we left office because we know a day like this will come when we will heed the call of Lagosians again and say, it is time we make that change. So we are determined to participate in the primary elections in Lagos State, and by God's grace and by the grace of the people or the support of the people in our party, we hope to also progress to the general election stage.
Well, it's not clear to me, for one. So what are those things that you've been hearing that's causing, disgruntlement? That's my first question.
No, it's in terms of performance, in terms of infrastructural projects. Look, the truth of the matter is we're in the same party, so let me first make that clarification. I'm not here to disparage or to run down the incumbent governor in my party. But in the spirit of democracy, and to the extent that we are going for the primary elections soon, we must campaign and get our members to support us, to be on our side rather than on his side. So for me, from the streets, the report card is not positive.
So my second question is about structure, which I referred to in the introduction, and that's what it's really all about. No matter what your candidate's popularity is or name recognition that the former governor has, what kind of structures have you put in place to ensure your victory?
Well, as AMCO, we have our structure statewide, in every local government and in every ward. And not only that, we participated during the congresses, the state congress, the ward congress, the local government congresses. And we participated, we elected our own party officials, and we've since sent the names to Abuja.
No, but call it what it is. You're here to disparage, the government of Sanwo-Olu. Don't say you're not here to disparage them because you're in the same political party. Because what you've become now is a mole. I mean,
a mole?
Yes, and I'll tell you how. Because the consensus is tilted towards the incumbent.
Whose consensus?
Obviously, the incumbent gets another term.
No. From who?
From the stakeholders in the political party.
Who are the stakeholders? Is the GAC?
APC?
No, GAC is not APC.
I mean,
GAC is not recognized as an organ of the APC.
If you had this so much power, why wasn't your candidate Ambode brought back in 2019?
No, the situations are not the same.
No, because but the situations are almost the same, because this same part of the party was the one that kicked against Ambode and stopped him from getting the second term.
No problem about that.
So you are fighting these same powers that be in the APC that control the party, and now they see you as a mole. It's as simple as that. Okay, so you are here against them. Just say what it is.
No doubt about that. No, I've clarified that. I'm not trying to manage that. But I'm saying, as I do that, the intention is not to bring the roof down. Look, it's one party. And all of us, excuse me, No, I won't bring the roof down. The party is a disciplined party, and there are processes for the internal selection. So it's not a problem. All of us are members of one party under President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, let me tell you something. The party APC that we had in 2019 is not the same in 2022 and 2023. I'm telling you something. Look, the party at the national level at that time, there has been a change in the leadership. You are in Nigeria. You saw what happened. So the party before, at the national level, had the people in Lagos, or the powers that be, like you call them, they have significant leverage. That leverage is not there anymore.
So you're saying you're ready to upturn the powers that be in Lagos?
Absolutely.
You're going to beat the Lagos political godfather himself, Bola Tinubu? No, because
that goes without saying.
You're going to beat Bola Tinubu. Can we move on?
I want to ask
you left the party
yes, I did.
in 2018 because you were not happy with the way then Governor Ambode was treated.
And the administration too.
He was denied the opportunity to get a second term.
Correct.
You went to the PDP. And now it looks like you are back in the APC. So what is the motivation? The party that you said was bad in terms of internal democracy in 2018. You are back there now.
Yes.
And then what is the objective of AMCO, the Ambode organization? Because I asked you, is this a revenge mission? Because it looks like revenge. It looks like the mission is to get Sanwo-Olu, as the papers have reported in the last 2 days, to get Sanwo-Olu out of office. So, is Governor Ambode going to run this time? What is the objective? What is the strategy?
Okay, let me put it this way. Let me start from the first one. It's not a revenge mission. It's a process of democracy. There's a primary election that will happen, and we are going to participate actively at all levels. That's number one. Number two, the fact that I left the party, I complained about internal democracy. Because the structure that existed then supported the undermining of internal democracy in Lagos State itself. I was a witness. So coming back now, because we have a new leadership at the center, is an inspiration for me to say, let me go back to the party. The issues that we had then has been substantially resolved, and we can be sure of a level playing field in terms of candidate selection. That is what motivated me. And I was also motivated by the need to come and push the agenda where the powers of the party will be restored back to the members of the party. You have a situation now where the powers within the party is in the hands of a cabal. And that cabal calls itself the GAC. We don't have a problem with GAC. They have a right to assemble, as the Constitution has guaranteed. But for us, we are not members of the GAC, and we are going to contest the election.
But why did you go back?
To the APC. I just answered that.
Well.
That the situation that prevailed at that time has been corrected.
So it's a better party now?
It's a better party, absolutely. If you look at it from the point of view of the emergence of former Governor Adamu, it's a better party now that we can be sure of a level playing field for us.
You're sure about that?
Well, substantially so.
Is the former governor contesting? Does he want to
run for governor?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Who is you? Are you contesting?
The group, we announced that.
So somebody within your group?
Somebody within our group.
What
it could be me, and if I'm given that opportunity, I would not reject it.
Right. What has the former governor been up to the past 4 years?
He's been working. He's been organizing the AMCO group. He's been putting strategies in place, and we've been doing that silently. There is no need making noise. As long as you know where you are going and you can put a strategy to take you there, you come out at the right time. This is the right time. Because before now, the impression was being created that the GAC will select the candidates of the party. And we've been able to debunk that there must be a playing field for all. GAC will sponsor its own candidates because GAC is an interest group. And about 2 days ago, I characterized them as an NGO. So they can sponsor a candidate to promote their own interests. But there must be other groups within the party too that must sponsor candidates to challenge the candidate of the GAC. And mind you, after my interview of about 2-3 days ago, there was a statement from the Lagos State acting PRO that says Ambode Group, a faceless organization lacking merit. I don't know if you've seen that statement. I'm sure you have not.
I've seen it.
But you see the problem with that statement?
And all the other statements.
You cannot say Ambode Group is a faceless group. We are not incognito. And in the same statement, it was referring to the Ambode Group, a former governor of the state. And I didn't hide my face. I was on Facebook, I was on Twitter, I was on everywhere. So if you can see my face, and you can see the name of the Ambode Campaign Organization, and you are still characterizing it as faceless, is there no problem? There's a second issue, if you don't mind. They also said that the GAC has banned all groups within the party, particularly the AMCO group. Is that not unconstitutional? Can anybody ban any group in Nigeria when the Constitution says we have freedom of association? Mind you, the APC itself is an association that is benefiting from the provisions of the Constitution that says there's freedom of association. So I guess the way we have to be very careful in Lagos State so that the kind of statement that's coming out of our party is one that is sensitive to constitutional provisions. We cannot appear to be reckless.
Well,
Okay.
it looks, I'm sorry, Rufai, are we gearing up for more of the ugliness and rancor that we saw before the 2019 elections? Because it's sounding...
We are getting ready for democracy, internal democracy.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be rancorous. It can be peaceful. It's always been peaceful. The last one was not good.
Not
This
at all.
one will be good.
What do you mean by it doesn't have to be rancorous? Are you opening an outlay that if rancor comes, you face it like that?
We are not going to be intimidated by anybody in our state. But
Even the
we will be protected by the authorities of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
But you will match pressure for pressure, force for force back
To defend ourselves.
to defend yourselves.
Yes.
If it turns violence,
Within the law,
if it turns violence,
we
you-
get the authorities to protect us.
okay.
And those who perpetrate the violence will punish them.
Okay. So secondly, let's talk about the structures. You said you've planted different structures across every...
We've not planted, we've been operating
Okay.
since 2014.
So you have structures
Absolutely.
across board. How viable and how powerful are these your structures you have on ground already?
Where the strength of a structure has to be tested. We are going into the primaries. We are feeding candidates for all the elections. So don't worry about that. Let's continue to do the work. Let's continue to implement the strategy.
So with this, is it that Akinwunmi Ambode now wants to be a political bloc in Lagos? Is that what it is? Because he says, if he says he's not going out and he's backing a lot of you, probably he's giving financial backing and the likes, and maybe your candidate will get to come out soon. So is it that he wants to be a power broker, just like a godfather too in Lagos?
No. He's not planning to be a power broker.
He's not planning to be a godfather,
No, he's planning to be a power broker.
but not a godfather?
He won't be a godfather. Look, he's a victim of godfatherism.
So he wants to fight godfatherism now?
Why not? Because that's what the people want.
But a lot of people say that godfatherism brought him to power.
Yes, we know.
But he benefited from it.
That
But
doesn't
when-
mean that
but
the
when he didn't favor
godfatherism
him-
should be sustained into perpetuity.
But he could benefit from the godfatherism, but when he didn't favor him, now he's crying foul.
No, that's not correct. When he didn't favor him,
How did he become governor?
look, people
Who put him there?
Leave that one. Even the people that put him there were did not put there by other people. That one doesn't count in politics. As you go in your journey, you are destined to get somewhere. And some people will help you at every point of the way. So let's not go into that.
Honorable Oluwo, let me refresh that. You have described the Governance Advisory Council, the GAC, as an NGO, not part of the structure of the party. But you will recall that in 2015, it was this same GAC that endorsed Governor Ambode,
Yes, I know.
right?
I know.
And helped him to get there.
I know.
The GAC opposed him in 2019. The same GAC has now declared that the incumbent governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, deserves a second term in office and that they are behind them. And yet you say the GAC is just an NGO that is not so influential. Isn't there a paradox here?
No, it's not a paradox. Let me ask you, Ruben. I don't know if you're a lawyer. Is the GAC not an NGO? Let's start from that.
No, let's deal with real politics. Let's deal with
of the party, and did you see anywhere where they give powers to the NGO? Let me answer your question.
This same GAC has been exercising power, authority, and influence.
See, even in 2015, when the GAC backed Governor Ambode, there were other contestants. There were others. Former Commissioner Amzat was on the ballot. Former Speaker Ekuforiji was on the ballot. So it's always been like that. But the impression that was being created this time around is that the party is now monolithic. And when the GAC says, you go and pick the form, then nobody should pick forms.
But who are these members of the GAC who have held Lagos hostage effectively since 1999? Who are these? They also call them Yoruba Babasope.
Yes.
Yes, who are they? Can you name them so that the public can have clarity?
Look, it's a known group, and it is shared by Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. And we have other members who are from different parts. I know some of them. I know the deputy governor, I think, is a member. The governor is a member. Well, that's an anomaly on its own. If the governor is supposed to be the symbol of sovereignty of the state, and is now under another authority that is unelected. It's part of why this struggle is going on. Yeah, there are others. I mean, there is Leader Seriki, who represents Ekpe. There is former Speaker Ekuforiji, and a host of others. They are members of the party, don't get me wrong. And they have a right to assemble and to be members of the GAC. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you are saying is that they can only present candidates that will represent their own interests. And they must submit it to the members of the party to make that determination who will best take the flag of the party to compete with other parties during the general election. That's what this thing is about.
Why not simply join another party?
No?
Why wasn't that an option for you?
No?
Why not?
I joined another party when I went to PDP. I'm back now.
Why?
Because I'm free. I'm a freeborn Nigerian citizen. And if the Constitution gives me the right to association, I can associate with any group at any point in time.
Well, of course you can, but you've been highly critical of the group that you've chosen to associate with.
I've never been part of them, and
so
I've never believed in them. So
why do you choose to associate with them if you're critical of the way they run their affairs?
I never associated with them.
You're a member of the APC in Lagos State, are you not?
APC is not GAC, please.
But from your own, it's your own observations that you don't appreciate the way the party is run. Why then are you a member of a party that you don't appreciate the way it's run?
The GAC does not own the party. And they are not even a recognized organ within the party structure. Let's get that clear. Look, the GAC has no role in APC. It's just the legal system that puts a GAC in place. The GAC is unknown to the party constitution and all the guidelines of the party. So it's a personal structure, you know, a voluntary organization that is now parading itself as the power broker in the state. They have a right to their own decisions, but the members of the party, their decision must prevail.
But this was the same GSC that, correct me if I'm wrong, that Governor Ambode was going to beg at the 11th hour to appease the same GSC when they said no against him. He begged them so much.
You were not there.
No, but the reports were out. That
the reports may not be correct.
No, the reports were true, that he begged them so much. And when they were not ready to budge, then he said he was going to fight fire for fire with money.
He didn't fight.
No, but he fought.
No? If he had fought,
I'm sorry.
If he had fought, excuse me, if he had fought, the GAC would not be there today.
Oh, hang on a minute. There were copious notes. The address, the word press conference that
That's
he
not
did.
fighting
Hang on
politics.
a minute. Can I speak, please?
Please, go ahead.
The word press conference that he did, that he called the incumbent governor a lunatic, was that not fighting back?
No, it's not.
Well, so what do you call that?
It's an observation.
I'm sorry, I'm completely confused. Because earlier, when I referred to the rancor, you acknowledged that you considered that there was rancor, there was ugliness.
So I'm shocked that you're changing your words now.
No, that's not correct. There were skirmishes. It's normal in politics.
No, but he spent a lot of money
What a
on
euphemism,
adverts.
skirmish.
No, he spent... No, but what about the stories that came out that allegedly in the space of 1 week he spent over 5 billion?
That's not correct.
Oh, but there were stories out there.
Are you going to believe what stories?
To post. There were also the case of him going to beg the governor's forum to please plead with Asiwaju for him.
Look.
But those are facts on ground.
Look. Let me clarify. Look, you are not inside. I was inside. And I was in the struggle. You were not.
But I'm a journalist and we have our facts.
I respect that. No, don't say you have your facts.
No,
you have your information.
Most of your friends in politics are our sources too.
You're not getting it. I was in the kitchen
Okay,
cabinet.
this is not meant to be a fight.
No, we're
this
not
is a
fighting.
conversation.
We are not fighting.
Can we stay
let me tell
and
you,
keep it civil?
I was in the kitchen cabinet. I was not only in government. So I saw everything that happened.
Somebody never begged the GSC when they said no to him.
Look. He tried to get his second term ticket.
How did he try?
And the governors took some initiative. The governors from other states, they took some initiatives to reach out to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
To do what?
To give him a second term.
So was that not persuasion and begging?
No. Look,
Anyway,
it's an aspiration.
Okay.
I need you to clarify
Yes,
two
right.
things. Earlier on, I spoke about paradox. You said Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is a member of the GSC.
Yes, he is.
In his time, was Governor Ambode not a member also of the GSC?
He was.
Okay? So it's
But he's no longer a member.
Yeah, but...
And they have put all former governors as members of the GSC.
Okay. So they pushed him out.
Which must be
but
the
at
issue.
a point, he was a member of the same GSC.
Correct.
That you say is just an NGO known to the party constitution. Second thing you need to clarify, the publicity secretary of the APC in Lagos has put out a statement. He says groups like AMCO are clandestine groups and that they have been banned from the party. And yet you say you want to effect change from within the party. How are you going to do that if you have been banned? Because nobody will send you meeting notices because this is the secretary of the party saying you are not recognized. And then the members you say you are going to field. Has anybody bought any form?
Yes. Our members are buying forms already.
Who and who has bought forms?
No,
have you
I'm not going
bought
to
your
tell
own? Or you are not interested? Is Governor Ambode buying forms for any position?
Let's start from the first one. Look, remind me, please. You said... that
you have been banned? Has anybody
Okay, let's talk about the banning.
Governor Ambode was a member of GSC.
Let's talk about banning an association. I mean, we are live. Even the president of Nigeria, can he ban an association? When the Constitution of Nigeria says there is freedom of association.
No,
please.
Party keeps its own register.
No.
If the party says you are not on our register.
No. We are all members of the party. Nobody has violated that one. Now, to ban an association, there is a process. There must be probable cause that association is engaging in criminality or treason or some other bad things that threatens the security of the state. So the president himself or his authority will have to go to the court and get an order to proscribe. That's when an association is banned. You cannot use saliva to say, I ban you. Nobody can ban any association in Nigeria. It's the right of every citizen to associate. And that right is guaranteed by the Constitution. So that statement by the APC PRO that AMCO has been banned is a completely reckless statement. So please, don't let's go into it again.
Who has taken forms? And what is Governor Ambode's plan?
Well, Governor Ambode will announce his plans within the week. I think the forms will close on Friday.
Oh, he has a 100 million waiting for him to pick it.
I have not said anything like that.
Oh, okay.
I just said he will
Because you say he doesn't want to be governor. He wants to be president.
I don't know. He will have to make that determination and make the announcement. He's a former governor, for God's sake. He knows what he wants. Mine is to propagate the AMCO and correct the impression that's being created that this party is under the GSC and GSC determines what happens. I'm saying no. In fact, normally GSC should not even be mentioned as far as APC is concerned. That's where we stand.
Do we still have time?
Well, we still have time. But I wanted to ask him. Okay.
Please
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask him. It's obvious. Your group is not in support of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ambition.
Why not?
So who is your group supporting at this moment?
We will announce that before the end of the week.
Okay.
But
You
we are not
don't
supporting
think the
Asiwaju's
godfather of APC politics in Lagos State is good enough to be president?
He has a right to contest, and we have the right to support him or not. The Constitution gives everybody their right to determine what they want. For us, if the people in the party vote for him as their flag bearer, we don't have any problem about that. But we are not supporting him, and we will not vote for him.
Okay. Atundi.
So I guess the general thrust of this conversation has been internal democracy.
Correct.
Because you first have to emerge before you become a candidate, before you face the other parties.
Correct.
But regarding governance, let's talk about that, albeit briefly.
Okay.
What exactly are your plans for Lagos State? Because there's a lot made of a blueprint that was not followed. So what is your blueprint?
The blueprint or the master plan they've been referring to, honestly, I've not seen it. And if there is one, let them bring it to the public space. If it's a blueprint to develop Lagos, then they should be proud to say, this is the blueprint we are referring to. And they will show us in that blueprint whether whatever Governor Ambode was doing then is consistent with the provisions of the blueprint or not. We want to see the blueprint. For us, we know how to develop Lagos. We are not a new group. We are not from nowhere. We were in government for 4 years.
Can we have some details, please?
With respect to what we do,
Yes.
we are good with security and we'll take it to the next step. For any development to happen, you must start from security. After security is energy. I was the commissioner for energy. Look, if you don't get your energy right, energy in terms of electricity, in terms of petroleum products, in terms of gas, and in terms of renewable, that is what development sits on. We don't have energy security in Lagos. I tried to do that, but they truncated the government. If we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. So security, energy, social investment, our people are suffering. So there must be a way to push resources to them to bring back the dignity of labor. I see people milling around every day, nothing to do. The situation in the state is very dire. It's a tinderbox, and all of us have to be very careful. There is a change that people are requesting for. It's palpable in the air, except you are not living in Lagos. We want to lead
I live
that
in
change.
Lagos.
Okay. I mean, so a lot of people say, good luck to you as you go as regards this your journey. But I'd like to ask you a question real quickly.
Please go ahead.
Somebody recently, same from the Tinubu camp, tried to make a book push recently in Osun State. In fact, he was a serving federal minister. He had federal might with him of some sort. He had everything. But he failed. I'm talking about Ralph Oregbeshola.
Okay.
Was there anything you learned from the Ralph Oregbeshola experience?
No, Osun is not the same as Lagos. Osun is not the same as Lagos. There's no comparison.
Why?
Lagos, there has been a monopoly of power by 2023 to be 24 years. Mm-hmm. Look, there's nothing that is open-ended. There must be an end to something.
But Osun, there's been a monopoly of power, so it's almost...
No, I don't think so. It's been rotating. PDP has been there, APC has been there,
Honorable
parties have been
Oluwo,
there.
thank you very much
for
joining us on the morning show. You can be sure we'll keep a watching brief on political developments in Lagos State. But someone from Alausa, a government official, sent me a text now and asked me to ask you whether you actually have a party card, because you've been claiming you are a member of the APC, you are back, and whether you have a constituency. I don't imagine that you'll be carrying your party membership card all over the place, but the person is querying your bona fide as a member of the party.
No problem.
But thank you very much.
No problem. I'm a party man. I'm a member of the APC.
Right.